All right, so I'm just testing this out real quick. Want to see if it's gonna work okay, if it's gonna sound okay as well. So first stream, let's see. It's not the one. Where is it? Is this the one? Okay, cool. I can hear myself. Hello, hello, hello. Do I need to bring it closer to me? Oops. All right. Which position should I sit? All right. Hello, hello, hello. Hmm. Okay, let's see. All right. So this is the first. Okay, let's see. All right. So this is the first sound. I'm just trying it out, and we're gonna see how it sounds. This is the second sound. Oh, and this actually sounds decent, actually, for a stream. Okay, so we're gonna confirm this, and then we're gonna try the third one. All right. So this is the third one. Let's see how this one sounds. It sounds okay. I think it's should be okay, right? We'll see. Think it should be okay. Okay. And this is the fourth sound. There's no, like, background sounds, so we'll see how this works. Yeah, I'm just testing out the stream here. Alright, so this is back the first one. Alright, so looks like we are just about there. Alright, let me on my light a little bit, maybe, like, 1, adjust a little bit. Okay, so I don't expect any viewers for this one. Just trying something new, and I'm testing it out. So let's let's see how it goes. So, anyways, this is I'm gonna repurpose this video and just kind of go from there. But what I actually just want to talk about was why I created this separate channel from my personal channel. I have a personal channel. It's just my name, Ibrahim Asise, and what I hope to achieve out of this. Now, I don't know what. Now, for the past couple of months, I've been in a little bit of like a depressive state. And what happened was I was I was in this thing where I was in this constant dopamine, right? Like from the start of last year, I was like, this is gonna be my best year. This is gonna be the best year. Like 2023 is gonna be the absolute best. So I went hard, with my workouts. I was going hard. I was on the Stairmaster all the time. Uh, I invested like quite a bit of money in my personal self development. So I invested into a program that was definitely something that I took a risk on to help out with my productivity. With one of the main projects that I'm doing, I I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna see how much I can do and just fully go out. And what happened throughout the at the end of the year was I no, actually, let me backtrack a little bit. So back in August, that August, something happened. I don't know what happened, like a switch. The way I am is I'm very, very ambitious. I'm a super, super ambitious person. However, there are times when I get into depressive states. So the month before that, in July, I was like super depressed. It was very hard for me to get out of bed. You know, when I was out of bed, I was still getting work done, but I was like a zombie. And then something happened. It was like a switch. And when that switch happened, like I started going hard again, you know, with my workouts. I started going hard with my work, everything like that. I started making more content. And that was super, super helpful. Now, what happened after that was I went to travel. I went to Europe for a month. And with Europe, that was a constant dopamine rush because there's always something every single day. I would be doing something different. And, you know, going to the soccer, football games, you know, uh, seeing family members, going to different parts of different cities, of different countries. It was a constant dopamine rush. So as soon as I came here, and this is like in the back of like the stuff going on in Palestine too. So that was a obviously a big factor as well. Uh, but coming back, I was super depressed for months on end. And I should probably mention that we launched a program that we've been working on the whole year. So at that time, we launched a program in September. So it was constant dopamine rushes, and you know, it kind of slowed down, right? Things started slowing down. The project, we were refining the project, but we were in this stage where we weren't too sure how to approach things. I think it was, you know, how that's just business, and business, there's ups and downs. We were kind of on a downwards, and that kind of got to me, not just the project, but just overall, you know, because I've always wanted to move out of this city that I'm in. You know, personally, I'm not happy in this city. That's just my personal thing. But I I knew that there was something was off. And it was also this realization that I haven't done my own thing in a while. And I knew that I needed to do that. I needed to do something that I was passionate about for my own personal development. And I needed to figure out what that was. So I went running, you know, I started trying different diets, you know, I made green juices. Yeah, obviously started running as I mentioned. You know, I achieved some certain goals. Like I ran a half marathon for the first time in my life. Like just personal, I just did it. I Yeah, and that's one of the things. But one of the things that I just couldn't figure out was what's the next step? Like, what am I gonna do next? Like, what's next for Ibrahima? What's next for Ibra? And it took me a while to figure this out. I was calling my friends. I was like, man, what am I gonna do? Obviously, with this project, I'm very like invested with the project, and you know, I help out with my family business and sometimes like friends and stuff like that. But those are all everyone else's projects. Like, what's your thing? Like, what do you want to do? And that's where last year I think was a big win in a sense that I learned a lot about my personal skills, my personal development, and that was a big part of it. However, I just didn't know where to put that into. And that's where I just decided, you know what? Let me look more into myself, learn who I am. I took like a personality test. I took a couple actually just to learn. I invested more. That's one thing I've always done. I've always invested into myself. And yeah, I invested into myself, and I kind of landed here where I'm currently working on launching a blog. The website is up. I haven't launched my first blog yet, but I am actively working on it. I took a whole program to learn how to launch a blog, hoping to monetize it, get some affiliate links in there, maybe my own products. And yeah, I think that's kind of the first step. And the reason why I want to launch a blog was I'm not a very like expressive person. So obviously I'm doing it with this, I'm expressing myself here, but I don't do well in like expressing myself in quick spurts, right? If someone asks how you doing, I'm just like, oh, like I'm very vague. I'm very vague in general. So I feel like a blog can help me express certain things that I want to share. And there's a lot that I've learned these last couple of years, last 10 years, I've been working on myself. And I feel like I'm at that stage where I'm very comfortable with my skill set. I'm very comfortable with myself. I'm very comfortable with my health. And I think I can there's some insights that I can share, that there's a lot that I've learned, and I think that there's a lot of people that can benefit from it. And that's why I said, you know what? Why don't you launch a blog? I think the blog will be something that I can utilize. It can be something that I can really, really share my perspectives on things. And going through a blog is a commitment. Long form. I think this is the thing I want. I want to do long form content. That's what I want to focus on now. I don't care about the snappiness, trying to say this, try that, say that. I just want to have genuine conversations because that's kind of how I've always been. I've always been more of like a one-on-one person instead of a group person. Like I'm not like in terms of like socially. Like I like small groups over like big groups. That's just how I've always been. And yeah, what I'm going to be launching with the blog, my first blog is going to be this is going to be my first blog basically. I'm just going to repurpose this and I'm going to turn it into a blog, and I'm just going to share about, my mental health and how it's always been something that I've struggled with, but I've kind of overcome a lot of obstacles along the way. And I think a lot of you guys can relate to it. I think a lot of you guys I think a lot of you guys understand what it entails, what happens when you struggle with your mental health. There's a boxer right now. His name is Ryan Garcia, and he's been going. It's from what I've seen on his Twitter. He's been releasing a bunch of like tweets and this and that. And as someone who's struggled with his mental health, like pretty much like most of my life, I when I saw that, it kind of hit me. Not because like, oh, it's like okay, it's like I'm looking at some other person, but I realized that that could be any person and that could happen to anyone really. That's why it affected me. Uh, it can happen to anyone really. Like your mental health can come, and you can really I don't want to say lose yourself, but you can lose control. And that's why, yeah, I just want to share perspectives on things that I've done to help with my mental health, but also have conversations with others as well on how they overcome or overcame their struggles. Because one thing that doesn't happen enough is everyone always talks about their wins. Like we always on social media, we're always showing our wins. Oh, wow, this is my win. Oh yeah, like this is what I'm doing. This is what I've done. But few people actually show their struggles and their behind the scenes and what's really going on. And something that I've noticed that even when I was throwing out content, people always like, "Oh, why don't you do it like this?" "Oh, it's not snappier than this." That I'm like, for me, it's like the reason why it's not snappy like that is because I'm showing you guys my behind the scenes. Like I'm actually like showing it to you guys. I'm showing this transparency. But the reality is a lot of people don't want that to see that. A lot of people don't care about that. People don't care about your behind the scenes. But I do know that there's a select few people who actually do care about that. Because I know when I was seeing those DMs, there are some people that were saying, yeah, like I really like this type of content. And that's why I wanted to do this. Abstract authenticity, I might change the name, who knows, but I feel like the word abstract is like it's different in the sense that like it's different thoughts, right? And authenticity is just being authentic. I've always had this saying called stay authentic, and I think that could work really, really well. And yeah, that's why I decided to launch a blog. I'm gonna just do some live streams. I'll probably use this to repurpose as a podcast as well. And I think it aligns with me. And that's kind of what I was looking at. Like I had some friends like when I was talking to them, they gave me some really good recommendations. And you know, some recommended maybe looking for a different career path. Some people recommended maybe trying something else. Truth be told, I like what I do. I like my life. I enjoy the flexibility that it has. I enjoy the people that I work with. Like I thoroughly enjoy it. Like lately I've really enjoyed it. I'm more optimistic. I am excited and I enjoy it. The gap was I wasn't doing something that like I wasn't doing my own project. Everyone like I would hear everyone talk about their own project. They'd be super passionate about it. And I share that passion, but it's not 100% there. So let me just okay, cool. That's sick. Um okay, sick. Okay, cool. So I was checking some work stuff. So yeah, that's why I really want to launch this. You know, where I just share personal thoughts and I just yeah, I'm authentic with it. And I think something like this is needed. Like it's gonna be very raw, unfiltered. Like I'll have like short clips and this and that. But I just want to keep it like this for now. Later on, we can figure out how we can evolve with this because obviously the content will evolve. But I think this is the realest that I could be. And I think sharing certain things like why health was so important for me, like why I value health so much in my life. And, you know, also share like, you know, Islam as well. You know, Ramadan's coming. So I like to incorporate that as well and build, you know, uh, and just discuss that. Right. So, yeah, I'm just going to start off with like not telling anyone about this. I might tell a few people. That's one thing I've also been doing. I've been staying very low key with my own life. I haven't like been revealing a bunch of things about myself and this and that. I've been staying fairly low key just to kind of build, you know, people can see this. They'll be able to like to see this if they want to see this, but I also notice sometimes when I share too many things with people, it it comes with a lot of too many it comes with a lot of noise, and for now, I'd like to stick with this where there's not too much noise, and again, like, I can be real. So, yeah, I think my other channel, I still will post on that. I think I might post more shorts, but what it is that channel feels really scattered. Like, it feels like there's a lot going on there. I don't really have an idea with that channel, and yeah, I don't really have a necessarily an idea with that channel. Like I feel like I'm just posting a bunch of random stuff, which is cool. But what I could also do is just take stuff from this channel and make it as a video there. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I just want to focus on me. Like that's kind of what I've been doing the last 10 years or so and just share like personal experiences, share some stories. And I know there's going to be people that can resonate with this because I've been talking to people like, you know, 18, 19, 20 in their early 20s, and I've been helping them out a little bit with navigate, and I've been seeing certain patterns that go on. And this is I've always like and this is very weird, but I've always wanted to be older. Like I've always preferred to be older. Like I've always preferred to age. I know some people they say, "Oh, I want to stay young. I want to stay young," but I don't really want to be 19 again. That's not I wouldn't want to be 25, you know. I'm 28 right now. I'm going to 29. I don't really want to be 27. Maybe that'll change as my body changes, my health changes. That is a factor. But for now, I'm fairly happy with my age. And that's simply just because of the experience that I get, the life experience, and yeah, just that overall. So yeah, that's my little rant of the day. I'll probably put this and repurpose this and put this into a blog. Um, I'm not gonna have like a streaming schedule. I'll just stream anytime. And if anyone wants to join, they can feel free to join. And then I'll release shorts. But I'm gonna build this brand, and this is the first time that I feel like I'm building something for myself. Uh, and I feel good about it. I feel comfortable with it. I think having a name that's not my name is is great because I can share things, and I'll still have my personal brand. And I think my personal brand should just maybe just be like a portfolio. I think that works. But this one I can share like certain thoughts. Like I can share my opinion on things. Um, I can share how to's. I mainly want to cater this around fitness, like health and fitness, and then maybe around just like self development, maybe like some fashion stuff, some grooming stuff, and how it's helped me throughout my life. And yeah, but I mean, I'll link up. I'll drop it here in the chat. Someone will watch this eventually. Um, abstract authenticity.com. So that's the website. That is the start of this. That we'll see how it goes. I'll change up the logo eventually, but I'm I'm proud of myself. Something I don't give myself enough credit sometimes. Sometimes I'm always very hard on myself, but this is the first time that I feel like. And the thing is that when I work on my own project at the same time, I feel like I'm naturally more passionate about everyone else's projects as well. So I feel like I'm just more expressive. I feel like I'm doing more, and I just do more simply because I'm just it just builds up this natural dopamine. And I'll talk about that too. I'll talk about dopamine, how I'm not going to maybe I won't go too deep into it like how in my personal life, but I'll talk about things like that. I want to have a video on how you can develop a health routine, not a fitness routine, but a health routine that you can stick with for your life. I think I might want to write a book on how you can stay healthy for the rest of your life. Because there's certain things that I notice in the health industry, and I'll make disclaimers. I'm not like a health. I am well. I was certified with ACE. I don't think I'm certified anymore because I didn't renew it. But I was previously certified as a personal trainer. So I train people. I've learned, I've gone to school for it. I've learned from personal trainers myself. I've been around them. I've been around the fitness industry for, I don't know, like 10 years now. So, and I was a personal trainer. I was certified in 2020, I believe, or 2021. So there's certain things that I can share. I'm not perfect, but yeah, I'm kind of tired now. So I might end the stream. But yeah, I think this is kind of how I want to start off. I think I want to grow with this and take it one step at a time. So thank you for watching. If anyone does end up watching, um, obviously I want to thank Allah for helping me find something that interests me. And I also want to thank myself. Sometimes I can be very hard on myself. Like I can be I'm very hard on myself in general. Like I always want the best. But sometimes I need to acknowledge that you are doing your best. You are you're figuring things out. You've never given up. And that's something that I need to acknowledge for myself, that I should never give up no matter how tough things seem. And that could be the theme for you as well. Maybe you're going through things as well, and I feel good about this channel. I think this is gonna be something where I can stay authentic and of course make some income. Like that's I'll always want to make income, but this is something that I'm actually like really passionate about. Like talking about mental health, talking about fitness or health, um, maybe some career advice, some career stuff, and like self development, and yeah, just stuff like that. So I'm gonna end the stream here. It's the first stream. This is gonna be my little project, and hopefully we can make it a big project. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later, or maybe I'll just stay on, and then if people want to talk, then they can talk. But I'll leave it on for like the next like minute or so. I know I'm like probably the only viewer, but um, yeah, I'll just get some work done at the same time here. You know what? Actually, I'll end this stream because I wanna repurpose some of this stuff. So I'm gonna end the stream, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.